What up, YouTube? It's your boys, Detroit Love, P-Dubs Arcade Love, Michael B. the Game Genie, and Nostalgia with another episode of the Super Game Room Dudes. Friday night just got live.
Dudes, I gotta tell you, nobody does a better intro in this podcast world than Detroit Love. How about a round of applause? Howdy do in the live chat. A huzzah for my man Carl. Thanks as always for kicking off this show in your own unique and awesome way. Guys, it's Friday, time to hang out in the fun house. I'm your host, P-Dubs, Super Game Room Dudes, and with me as always are my co-hosts, Michael B. the Game Genie and Detroit Love. Do have a little bit of sad news, but let's not try to bring the energy down too much. Good. Our other co-host, Nostalgia, unfortunately, guys, he did have a loss in his family, and he is on his way to a funeral as we speak. So unfortunately, Nostalgia couldn't be here. Our thoughts and prayers go out to Nostalgia and his family during this time. Hope you guys can do the same. Show some support in the live chat. And because of this, we will do our season finale next week. That's right, guys. We're going to wait until next week because we want all four of us to be here because it's a very involved season finale. And trust me, it's going to be worth it. Giggles guaranteed. But I'm done babbling. Carl, Mike, how are you guys? It's good to see you, man.
That's one stiff banana.
It's a mouthful.
Well, it's nice to see that you are honoring Nostalgia with the banana. Guys, if you have a banana out there right now, go ahead and peel that sumbitch and take it all the way.
Put those bananas up.
Hold the bananas up for Nostalgia while he's gone. Yeah, we love you, Steve. We know he's probably listening. He's got a long car right ahead of him. So,
fun fact, I learned this past week that actually a banana a day is good for colon health. The only problem is it has to be ingested orally. That's the problem Nostalgia was having. He was putting it in the wrong hole.
Oh, man. Now, guys, we do have kind of this little conundrum right here, right now. Like, if you notice, when we look at our little box, we're short. We're short one. And the question is, for the people in the live chat, do we fill this chair or do we just roll the three amigos today, man? Like, what are we going to do, bro? I don't know if there's anyone brave out there who wants to join the show. We don't have anyone lined up.
Any suggestions? We would like somebody to come on the show. Just make sure you have a mic and you have headphones in so there's no feedback. And also, you can't be a small up-and-coming YouTuber. We can't allow that. We're here to make sure that none of those guys get any kind of foot in the door or any kind of traction going. We want to make sure that the established people are able to get on here and, forward their careers.
Well, I to go then.
That would be gatekeeping, Mike.
What's gatekeeping? I'm just trying to look out for my own.
But we didn't invite any of the usual suspects because we want to make sure things are whatchamacallit, free. You know what I mean? Open. You know what I mean? Flexible. Let us know in the live chat, guys. We've had Tech Buzz on a couple times. We could have Tech Buzz on if he wants to come on.
Absolutely. Big news about Tech Buzz too. I got it up here. If I can share screen for a second, congratulations to our buddy the Tech Buzz.
Yeah, big congrats, man. I just saw this like right before we went live.
So let me bring it up on screen. Congratulations to Stephen Haywood, the Tech Buzz. I'm allowed to say his full name because it's there.
You're not doxing. You're not doxing anyone.
So Stephen Haywood, the Tech Buzz, is going to be a special guest at the Cleveland Gaming Classic. So I'm very excited to share that news, and good for Stephen, man. And also, there's another fella up here. Oh, that's a rough looking individual. I would not want him sexually. Glenn Planamento is also going to be a special guest. So two halves of a team once known as the Retro Buzz. If they get Cool Toy in there, Retro Buzz reunion confirmed.
Oh, yeah, that would be great. Retro Buzz reunion confirmed. There you go. Nice. So there you go. Hey, if you want to join, let me know in the live chat. Who wants to join? Tech
It
Buzz says
can be
stop
anybody. You
doxing.
don't have to be a big channel. I'm just dicking
Yeah.
around.
Yeah, he's just being a jerk. If you're brave, put it in the live chat.
You can. Anybody can, as long as
All
you're
right.
an established channel with 25,000 subscribers.
I don't even have 25,000 subscribers, Mike. Jeez, man. All right. I sent Haywood the link. He's more than welcome to join us, but he just put in the live chat he can't join us. So, Endless One Up. You want to hop in here, man? Or who else has got a YouTube channel? Multicade Matt's got a YouTube channel. Come on in here. You want to come in?
Not down with people that are big into multicades.
Oh, it's got to be somebody who loves multicades, like loves them, like hearts them, all that stuff. Anyway, all right, guys, do me a favor. We got to progress on. So if you see anything interesting in the chat of who we should message and all that. Oh, Biggie D's stuck in the car. Biggie D can't come. Sorry, Biggie D. How about a former Arcade1Up staffer? Who's that?
If you're here to tell the dirt, we're here to listen.
Are you going to spill the tea? Only
Darren,
if you spill all the tea, Darren. All the tea.
There it is, Darren Kane. That's Rexer's inside contact. He's been getting all his info from.
I don't know who this is. Is this a real person? That can't be a real person. Is it a real person? Okay, there we go. Let's see here. Seems kind of clicky to me. What do we have to have a channel for? Oh, because we just figured if you have a YouTube channel, odds are you have a camera, you have a microphone, headphones, like you're pretty much usually set versus just being on cell phone. Not really doing the community thing tonight.
Yeah,
we could do that again.
With Justin last week and it didn't work very well.
Yeah. I did work on staff there. All right. Well, Darren, we have to do some verification stuff. So go ahead and email us after the show. Maybe we could set something up. All right, guys, let's progress on. So in the world of gaming, it's been a hell of a week. We got all new awesome games coming to Switch Online, and I'm pretty excited about the lineup. We also have the open beta for Street Fighter 6. But if you don't like cartoon fighting games, guess what? Warner Brothers, NetherRealm, Mortal Kombat 1 official trailer was released, and we're going to talk about it. We're going to show some of the clip. So I know it's a little bloody, so just a heads up there in case you got youngins watching. The Duo Analog went up for pre-order, but it didn't sell out, which is very, very surprising. Usually whenever Analog puts something up for sale, it sells out instantly. And I know this because when I ordered my Analog Pocket, it took over a year for them to ship it to me, Mike, over a year. And I ordered when the orders went up. And I was like in like the third or fourth batch of people. And then on top of that, Arcade1Up had one of the weirdest goddamn weeks. It's so laughable. It's so laughable what happened over there at Arcade1Up. iArcade is playing the silent treatment, but just like my high school prom date, they're teasing us for what could happen next week. So we'll see. We'll see what could happen next week with iArcade. AtGames is just trucking along. We got a lot of stuff we want to talk about tonight. I figured, you know what, Mike? Let's kick it off, and let's talk a little bit about Papa Brad sits in the link. Did I miss Papa Brad? Can you imagine if we had Console Fanboy on? Only if he sings a song. You would have to sing a song. That would be it.
I think Biggie D mentioned everybody who's ever owned an iArcade. So if you own an iArcade, send Biggie D your information about getting on the show.
I would love to have Endless One Up come on. I really like Dan. It would be so cool. Thanks for the offer.
Steam Deck.
He's taking a break. All right.
I don't want to talk Steam Deck. He can't talk anything else. He's only a Steam Deck channel.
All right. Let me see here. All right. Let's kick it off here. Mike, while I'm doing some behind-the-scenes stuff, I'm going to share my screen. And why don't you tell everyone about all the amazing, just absolutely amazing Game Boy games coming to the Nintendo Switch online service. And take it away, buddy. It's all you, man. What do we got coming up? It's right here.
Oh, these are already out. I've got another link. Let me share my screen.
Oh yeah,
I'm
give
prepared.
me the right link. Give me the
I'm
right
actually
link.
prepared.
I clicked on this is the link you sent me.
No, that's not the link I sent.
You
don't know what you're doing.
It's not. It's down here at the bottom, isn't it?
You don't know what you're doing.
All right.
You got no clue.
I know what I'm doing. I think it's been a while.
Here we go. So let me bring this up on screen, guys.
There it is.
You would have saw the tweet go out from Nintendo of America. Last night, late last night. Game Boy Advance games coming May 26, 2023. And I'm just going to make sure that's volume's off so I can hear this. So we're getting the 3 Super Mario Advance games. A little hard to understand. Super Mario Advance is Super Mario Brothers 2. Super Mario Advance 2 is Super Mario World. And Super Mario Advance 3 is Yoshi's Island. So, these are all great games. They've got the added features that the Game Boy Advance versions had. However, the shitty thing is these games are all games that are already on Nintendo Switch Online on other systems. You can already play Super Mario Brothers All-Star and play a very good version of Super Mario Brothers 2. You can already play Super Mario World, and you can already play Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island. So it's kind of hey, cool for Game Boy Advance versions of the game, but we already had these, so it's kind of like an update for nothing. There's very minor differences between the Game Boy Advance versions and what we're getting on May 26th.
Yeah.
Now, I have a question. Now, are these actual games that you download and own, or because the other thing you're mentioning is a streaming service that you have to pay monthly to play, right?
Yeah, no, these are not on the normal Nintendo Switch Online. This is on the expansion pack. And the way that works is, so this is on the expansion pack, the extra Nintendo Switch Online that you pay to get N64, Sega Genesis. So that's how you get your Game Boy Advance games.
Okay.
Good
Yeah.
stuff. Good
I'm just
stuff.
not a fan of gaming subscriptions for some reason. I just don't play enough to justify the cost.
It's kind of the
Even with my PlayStation, Xbox, I put them on for a little bit of time and I cancel them and I put it back on. I pay when I need it. So
yeah, I hear you, man. Like I've always been one of those guys who always wanted the physical copies of stuff. Like, dude, up until about a year and a half ago, I was still buying like DVDs and Blu-rays, and now I'm just digitally buying movies and stuff. Like I'm slowly just accepting the future and reality that everything is going to be a service down the road. You know what I mean? And it kind of sucks, man, because it's going to keep my house cleaner, having less physical crap all over the place. But then again, it's just the way it is, man. It's all these services nowadays. $2 from Super Console Fanboy Super Chat. Sorry, Mike. Street Fighter 6 is for kids. MK1 forever. I would agree with that. I'm more excited about Mortal Kombat 1 than Street Fighter 6, but that's just me. Stringer Films is getting a little naughty in the live chat. Earmuffs for the youngins. He sent Biggie D a pic of his Biggie D. Oh, be nice to Biggie D. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, Mike.
I mean, if it's big enough, maybe it is nice. You know, it can't get any nicer.
You know, we are very tongue-in-cheek broadcast, and yeah, sometimes we've crossed the line. We're very tongue-in-cheek, But you know, the responses of just being tongue-in-cheek are funny. Like we're so offended by this show and what you guys say and do. It's pretty funny. All we do is tongue-in-cheek 8th grade humor sometimes, man. I guess that's just, I mean, I watch those kind of movies, man. You know what I mean? It's what I'm into.
I grew up on Porky's. Expect more of that.
Yeah, this is a show for adults by adults. There you guys go. All right, cool. All right, so Mike, what else is going on here with these Game Boy games? Which one are you the most excited about?
None of them. You can play all of them on the Nintendo Switch. That's the joke. We're getting this update, and it's cool if you want to play the Game Boy Advance versions of these, but geez, I mean, they were already there, so it's kind of a letdown update, in my opinion. I mean, other people might be excited, but for me, I'm like, yeah, when are you going to release some more cool stuff? Like, when is Final Fight 1 coming out or something like that? Some other kind of weird and wacky Game Boy Advance game instead of more of the same.
Yeah, I mean, my son, he's owned almost every Game Boy that's come out since the Game Boy. What was it? The SP? Which one was the one that just had the little flip on it? Was it the SP?
Game Boy Advance SP?
Yeah, Game Boy. Like, that was his first Game Boy that I got him when he was younger, and we've got him every single Game Boy, and then obviously Switch since. But Game Boy Advance was his favorite, so he was telling me he was excited about this, and he loves anything Game Boy Advance. Like, I think that may have been his favorite genre. Like, I think if I opened up, it's kind of funny, if I open up, one of his dresser drawers is dedicated to all his video games, like all his Game Boy games and PSP games and stuff. If I open that drawer, there's more Game Boy Advance cartridges and stuff in there than any other system. You know what I'm saying? Like he really was just a big fan of that one. So, pretty cool. $2 from Stringer Films. Detroit Love, he wants you to check your inbox. What is going on here?
I got a feeling it's the same picture he was going to send to Biggie D. Carl wanted to know.
MG makes a good point. He says, Mike, stop being so entitled. Some people want to play the Game Boy Advance.
I think MG is actually nostalgia because that's the kind of bullshit answer nostalgia to throw up there. Anyways, MG, you're fit. It's true. I mean, it is choice. I guess it's I kind of feel like I know it's very different, but at the same time, I feel it's the same thing as when Nintendo says new game coming to Nintendo Switch Online, and it's one of those challenge versions of the NES games they already have out. I'm like, that's not a new game.
Yeah.
But you know what? Great for the people that do want something different. So,
yeah. Now, Carl, my good friend, I know that fighting games aren't really your super forte. But if you had to choose between Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat, which would you choose?
It would be Street Fighter all day.
You're a Street Fighter guy.
Like I said, when Mortal Kombat came out, it was unique. You know what I mean? You had real blood, right? But the movement was just too stiff for me. I just can never get into it. And you had live actors, right? You know, for the first time. So it's definitely something that locks in nostalgically for everybody. You know what I mean? It was a unique game. But to fight, I'm a Tekken guy. That's where I'm going to go for fighting if I want to fight. And I always like Soul Calibur, which I don't know if those were arcade games or not because I play more of those things on the console.
So yeah, I can't remember if Soul Calibur was in the arcade. That was after my time, so I might be wrong. Yeah. I remember playing the original game Soul Blade on the PlayStation 1, and then Soul Calibur was one of the launch titles for the Dreamcast, which I picked up. Soul Calibur 2 was a cross-platform release for the first time, and that one was really cool too because you could pick up 3 different versions. There was the PlayStation 1, which had Kratos in it. There was the Xbox version. I can't remember who was in the Xbox version, but I picked up the GameCube version because you can actually play as Link in the GameCube version in Soul Calibur 2.
I would love to see, like, we can play Soul Calibur on multicades via nefarious methods, or even connecting real hardware and stuff. But still, the point is, it would be really cool to see, like you know, AtGames isn't going to do it, but like iArcade at least get the Dreamcast version of it. You know what I mean? Because they can run Dreamcast hardware, or Arcade1Up. You know, like, and if they can. You know, make it run on their hardware.
And if they can't, they'll just port it.
And if they can't, they'll just port it and dumb it down to Game Boy Color graphics. But hey, it'll still be on there. But I think Soul Calibur would be really cool to see. I think
there was another really fighter right that had the girls that were kind of more risque. What was that?
Dead or Alive, baby.
Dead Alive, yeah. Dead Alive. My brother was, you know, Dead or Alive.
Yeah, that was Dead or Alive was a poor game in comparison to its spiritual successor, Dead or Alive Beach Volleyball, the true winning game.
All right, guys. So we got, let's see what we got going on here. I put a live poll in the chat. I said, which is better, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, or My Little Pony? My Little Pony is rocking a 22% vote rate right now. It's pretty hilarious. Good stuff. What?
We have company.
We have company? Oh, we do have company. What's
happening? It's the Super Game Room dudes.
We're changing our name to the Arcade1Upians.
Oh, okay.
How did you get here?
Someone sent me a link. Someone must have lost their minds. Sent me a link.
The link.
But thank you for the invite.
So, Mike, you invited him?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay. Well, that was very
nice.
What's
going on?
Mike.
What's happening, Brad?
Detroit Love.
It's good to see. It's good to
Thank
see
you.
everybody.
Good to see you.
So, real quick, Brad, what's better, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, My Little Pony? And keep in mind, there is only one right answer.
I think out of those 3, I would probably pick probably Mortal Kombat.
All right, good choice. I'm a Mortal Kombat guy.
My Little Pony is pretty awesome, you know.
Yeah,
but
people have known this for years. So
If you
okay,
if you would have put Teletubbies in there, it would have been a landslide. But no
but
luck.
man, talk about a lands. We're gonna end it there because we got a lot of topics tonight. Street Fighter 45%. Next. Street Fighter, man, people love their Street Fighter.
I am still waiting for the modern day version of Brutal Paws of Fury. When is that game coming back?
Super chat from Console Fanboy, $2. I swear to God, if My Little Pony beats MK. Well, it didn't happen, my friend. I ended the poll before that could happen, but My Little Pony was closing the gap. That's kind of scary. That's kind of scary. All right, my dudes. So, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, we were talking about this. We were starting to get into this whole Street Fighter stuff. So, Street Fighter right now has got an open beta, my dudes. And let's do this. We'll talk arcade. Mystery Encoder, ask me this question when we get to the Arcade1Up part of the show.
Mystery Encoder, we haven't seen you in forever, man. How you been doing?
Is it the real Mystery Encoder? Keep in mind, there's so many people out there running around with fake YouTube accounts. I never know who I'm really talking to these days. So, but if it's the real Mystery Encoder, we'll talk about that when we get to Arcade1Up. But real quick, guys, Street Fighter 6 open beta May 19th through the 21st. And I got to give a shout out to, I only managed to catch a couple minutes. Mike of All Trades was doing a stream. You guys know Moat, right? We all like Moat. Moat's a super nice guy in this community. And he's a really, really good gamer. And he was demonstrating the open beta. I caught a couple of minutes of his stream.
Oh, God.
And it was really good. So if you guys are looking for some content on the open beta, check out Mike of All Trades. I can't think of any other. Is there anyone else like in our community who's been streaming, playing this? Is it just Moat?
Maybe right now, but I will tell you that this is the same version as the closed beta that happened, I think it was like back in December. So myself, Nostalgia, and Kongs R Us all were part of that original closed beta. We did a big like multi-channel stream of it back then. So it's the exact same beta. There's no changes. It's not the full version of the game. They just wanted to open up that closed experience to everybody right now.
Oh, I got you. Oh, B Kong. That's right, B. I can't believe I forgot about B. B Kong, guys. Make sure you check out Kongs R Us as well. He's also I played that game too. So me, obviously, being a Mortal Kombat guy, I'm not interested in trying out the beta. I'm sure I'll play the Street Fighter 6 when it comes out, but you know, I'm not like jumping over hoops to get in now. Does that make sense? What about you guys?
It's just easy to get in now. You can just check it out and play it. It's pretty fun. Looks good, visually stunning, and you know, it's fun to play with friends. I don't know if I like the world aspect. I'm still not cool with that. Like walking around being like, "Hey guys, want to fight?" Like to me, that's just weird.
Yeah,
It's so middle school, that's for certain.
well, it's like it's the open world kind of thing, right? And I forget which Mortal Kombat game had that.
Well, I know what you're talking about because you're talking about Mortal Kombat Deception, and then there was Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks, which is where the concept came from for the story mode in Deception.
Yeah, and did you not like the story mode?
This is not like that. This is not that experience. There's a hub world where you just go.
Oh,
meet, like,
I gotcha.
Avatars and then sit down and fight each other.
Really?
Yeah.
It actually sounds kind of cool though.
Some people like cucumbers pickled. I don't know.
Mike, you don't want to just meet up with randos and have a good time?
Well, if they're into retro gaming, we can call it retro randoms.
What about you, Carl? You like Street Fighter more than Mortal Kombat, but do you like the more modern Street Fighter games? Or
I have not played any of the modern Street Fighter at all.
Yeah,
it's just I just haven't. I've played the more modern Mortal Kombat, which is more like Injustice to me, right? You know, so I'm not really a big fan of any of the newer ones, but that could change. You know, my 57-year-old, you know,
58.
Yeah, well, that's next year for me, but
okay.
But you know, those fighting games, man, I can only play so long on any of those fighting games before my fingers say, "Hey, it's time to give it a quits." So that's my excuse. That's why I lose all the time, because I get to quit, right?
Oh, I gotta go. You're like, I gotta go.
Yeah.
What's console kits? Let me know what is console kits. Zohar, appreciate it. Brad, what about you, man? You gonna jump in this beta, or are you gonna pick up Street Fighter 6 when it comes out?
Yeah,
The gameplay footage has been pretty cool looking.
yeah, I'll probably check it out. I mean, the last Street Fighter I played a lot of was actually Street Fighter 4. I really liked Street Fighter 4 a lot. Of course, I like all the classic Street Fighter games a lot.
Okay.
I remember when I first got the 3DS. The 3DS first came out. Like there was like no games to get for it originally. So there was like Pilot Wings Resort, and the first game I remember getting was Street Fighter Ultra 4 on the 3DS. And like I was just so fascinated that they had these one button moves and stuff like that. And I was like, what a stupid idea. Like it takes away all the excitement from the game. But if you start playing Street Fighter 6, that's how that game works. There's all these one button combos and special moves. And apparently that's how people play now. And I'm like, that takes away from the game. I don't get it.
All right, hang on one second here. Mike, there is something that just happened on the internet. Hang on.
And so, Mike, what you're saying there with the one, is that sort of crossing over into a Killer Instinct type of battle more than the traditional Street Fighter to have those those buttons, or the one button is what you're not a fan of? Not so much.
So like I shouldn't be able to do Hadouken by pressing like one button. I shouldn't be able to do like a combo by pressing one button. That's my point. And it seems like that's set up. Like I was playing B Kong and he was hitting all these moves and I was like, man, you know everything, B. And he's like, well, it's just set up to do that.
So is that because they've made a lot of things mobile, you think, with the touch screens and things like that?
I'm not sure. I'm not versed enough in the fighting game world to really comment on it. I mean, maybe this is, just the way things go, but like, I don't know.
All right, guys, I'm going to play something here real quick. But guys, after this, we got to continue on with the show. I appreciate everyone helping out in the audience.
Couldn't be happier. And next year,
You guys hear
I'm
the audio?
hoping
Let
we're
me
going to
know.
get Mortal Kombat. Oh, do I have fantastic news for you? Mortal Kombat 1, the original arcade game, is coming back
You
to
guys
the
hear the audio?
Nintendo Switch. This is so great. I couldn't be happier. And next year, I'm hoping we're going to get Mortal Kombat. Oh,
your
do
buddy
I have
Justin.
fantastic news for you? Mortal Kombat 1.
All right, guys, we gotta move on. Make sure you guys check.
AtGames make that video for him.
Make sure you guys check out Console Kits' latest shorts on his channel. Good to see Justin making content again. All right,
He's loopy.
he's loopy, but if you want to get serious, let's take a look at this, guys, and I want your feedback in the live chat. We'll try and play some of this here for you. We might not be able to play the whole thing, but let us know in the live chat after you saw the Mortal Kombat trailer. What were your reactions, guys, in the live chat? Definitely let us see it up on the screen here.
I can't wait to talk about B Kong's reaction. He's such a man.
So here you go. I don't think I'm sharing the audio, but we can just kind of look at it. I think if I share the audio, we'll get a copyright claim. So just taking a look at it, we can talk over it. So Mortal Kombat 1 coming back, being reimagined, starting over from the beginning, starting over from scratch, but with changes being made. In my opinion, I think this was the way to go. I am super excited about this because, Mortal Kombat, like if it was Mortal Kombat, 13, 12, 13, it'd be like, okay, we got 900 characters we got to deal with. We got to figure out everyone's storylines, all that stuff. You know what I mean? Like it's a pretty hot mess. It's a lot to put together. But going back to the roots and slimming things down, and then rebooting everything, basically, I think this is great. Carl, what about you, man? Did you get a chance to watch this yet?
No, this is the first time seeing it.
Looks cool.
Yeah, it does.
Does it have blood? Oh yeah, Carlos, it has blood.
You're gonna see it.
You're gonna see a lot of blood here in a minute. Papa Brad, what about you, man? I'm sure you caught this trailer.
Oh yeah, that looks good.
Yeah, look at this.
Which platform is this coming to?
I can't wait to talk about that.
It's still a sequel from 11, if you remember this story. Yeah, but it's like, I like what they're doing with it. I like the
It's
direction.
it's like the Star Trek reboot with Chris Pine.
Yeah. Yeah, like what did they call that? The Kelvin universe versus
Yeah.
the traditional.
Damn, yeah,
Oh, look at that.
okay.
Look at that. Oh yeah.
Wow.
Boom.
All
Oh
right.
yeah, that's brutal.
All right. Well, yeah, that's different. No
Yes,
more
yes.
ratings. No more
Oh,
ratings.
man, it looks. You have chosen to defy peace. Didn't you have chosen war with a god? I love that part. And then of course this right here was pretty brutal. So will it work on the Genesis? I just saw that in the live chat. Thanks so much, guys. I mean, come on. It's a new Mortal Kombat game. I know I'm excited. I know console fanboys excited. A lot of Mortal Kombat fans are super excited that we get another Mortal Kombat game coming out. Now, Michael B, tell me about the consoles. What is it? What is it about the consoles? What's going on?
So, what I'm excited and not excited about is this is going to be coming to all major consoles. So you're going to be able to pick this up on your PlayStation 5, on your Xbox Series X. I don't know about PS4 and Xbox One. I'll have to look into that. It's going to be available on Steam, and it's going to be available on the Nintendo Switch, just like Mortal Kombat 11 was. And I don't know what if anybody else picked up Mortal Kombat 11 on their Nintendo Switch. It was a rough port. Like, honestly, I don't know if something was broken with mine, but like, I bought it, went home and played it for an hour and said, yeah, this is going back to the store, and immediately brought it back and switched it out for a PlayStation 4 copy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
So
Switch one
is
definitely bad. I never enjoyed playing that version at all.
Well, brutal. Like the textures with the hair, you could definitely tell there was something going on to kind of rip it to make it work. Hermano Rivoli says they fixed it with DLC or patches later on. Maybe they did, but day one, I was not keeping that shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, go ahead. Just keep going. It's on the tip of my tongue.
Where do you get I mean, a lot of people our age have either kids or grandkids. It's like there's no way you can play this game in front of anybody.
No,
that's not mature.
No, I mean, ever since Mortal Kombat 9, they've added elements that even like the X-ray attacks, where even that gets a little graphic for kids. So like before, you could kind of play it and just not do the fatalities. But
I mean,
yeah,
you want to see all that brutality in the highest definition, of course, too. So it seems to me like these games always push the graphics to the maximum.
Oh yeah. Another thing I want to throw out there too. When this trailer came out, we shared it in our group chat, and B Kong came back, and I got to tell you something about B. He is a delicate flower because he said, "I have to tell you about Mortal Kombat. I just find it too gruesome. Like it affects my delicate sensibilities."
That's too funny. Super chat for $2. Console fanboy got the collector's edition for $2.50 because I'm a moron. There you go. So the reason why I paused it here is probably two of the most, and not the most, but two of the most popular characters from the franchise have been Sub-Zero and Scorpion over the years. We've all seen these guys 1,000 times over. In many Mortal Kombat games, ported to many different consoles and handhelds and stuff. Here's my question for this panel, as well as the people in the live chat, because obviously this might be the outfits. Like, I'm sure there's going to be multiple outfits you can wear in these games, but these might be like the default outfits. What do you guys think of this evolution of Scorpion and Sub-Zero? What do you guys think of this right here?
Meh.
Exactly. Meh. Everything I saw. Now, keep in mind, this is just like a hype trailer telling you about the storyline. There's a game coming. There's still so much more we need to see, like gameplay footage and things like that, and fatality footage and things like that, and all the options that they're putting in and stuff. But still, just taking a look at this shot, like I was like it's cool. But I actually think they've done these two guys a little bit better in the past. So I was kind of meh about that as well. I thought Liu Kang looked like a badass, though. You know,
well, he's a god.
I know. He's God King. You know what I mean? Like, I thought he looked like a badass at the end of the trailer. I thought Shang Tsung looked really good as well. But I just figured I'd get people's feedback if you guys like this look. What about you, Papa Brad?
They don't look. I like the ninja masks. You know, I like the original more like the ninja look that the originals had. I mean, it's almost like the, did COVID come back? I mean, because I appreciate the graphics, but I mean, it's like, go full ninja. Don't be afraid to go full ninja.
We got man buns and apex right here. Instead of it being Sub-Zero, it's plain Zero. So now you get your plain Zero costume.
So I think they're really trying to run home the fact that everything that happened to these guys throughout the history of Mortal Kombat has now been reversed. So, Scorpion never went to hell. Sub-Zero didn't have the issues that he had. Yeah. So we don't have second Sub-Zero with the scar across the face, or the original Sub-Zero becoming was the original Sub-Zero became smoke. Is that how it worked? Yeah, the original Sub-Zero became smoke.
Yeah, because then the other Sub-Zero that was there was not the real Sub-Zero. He had to come back. Yeah, I remember that. Okay.
Well, another thing that I'm hoping for on this one, there were some rumors they may bring back Cyrax and Sector, so the robots might come back in this one too. So
I like the
fingers
robots.
Crossed. Yeah.
Who did you like more, Cyrax or Sector?
Cyrax.
Cyrax, yeah, I like Cyrax.
Was Sonya in the trailer?
I don't remember seeing her in this.
I didn't see her at all in there. I wonder if she's going to be in the game.
Yeah, Console Fanboy's a big Mortal Kombat fan. Yeah. What are your thoughts, buddy, that we didn't see Sonya at all in that trailer? No Sonya, no Kano. What are your thoughts on that, my dude? Awesome. Let's see here. They're doing the Bandu.
So the other thing I'm upset about, where's Stryker? No justice for Stryker. Obviously the best Mortal Kombat character of all time. Give us Stryker, baby.
Oh, you liked Stryker?
No one likes Stryker. That's the
stupid the police officer.
So I will tell you that I've played Mortal Kombat 10. I've played Mortal Kombat 11, and graphically they've got better. There's cool stuff in it, but honestly, my opinion is Mortal Kombat new iterations of Mortal Kombat peaked with Mortal Kombat 9. I loved Mortal Kombat 9. It gave me so much of the original Mortal Kombat in this new version. So I'm hoping this is good, but I'm hoping they bring a lot of history into it and don't add too much new stuff. Like I'm just going to be honest with you. Like every time Mortal Kombat 10 and 11 added new characters, I was like, I could not care less. I guess I just want the nostalgia factor and I want it hard. And this might bring that where it's saying they're going back to the beginning.
Okay.
You don't want Alien in your Mortal Kombat?
No. That is happening. They've already talked about the downloadable
DLCs and stuff.
Yeah, so the DLC for this one it's going to be boys based. So you can play as like Homelander, and you can play as some of the other characters from the boys. Okay. That horrible create a character from the Mortal Kombat movie will somehow end up in this. What's his name? Shell Boy.
Oh, the guy who. Oh God, what's his name? The guy with who his body turns into
Dickless Joe, who didn't need to be in the movie. That's what I call him.
I didn't understand him. He was Scorpion's descendant, though, Mike. So yeah.
Did y'all like the last Mortal Kombat movie?
I did, except for the guy that was the hero in the movie. That just did not need to exist.
I did not like it. I did not like it at all. So
I didn't mind it at all.
I thought Goro was wasted in that movie.
Yeah. Goro was a letdown to me.
I didn't mind so much that they made Goro a CGI character. Like I didn't mind it so much because before he was kind of like a puppet. You know what I mean? So it was nice to see.
The correct term is Muppet. I believe he was Muppet. In fact a Muppet.
Yeah, he was like a Muppet puppet in the first couple of in the first movie. But so CGI, like I didn't mind. It was just like seeing Hulk.
It just wasn't a very good CGI, I guess.
Yeah.
It just stood out too much.
Yeah. Do you remember when Muppet Goro got the dick punch? My God.
But yeah, the fact that Goro, they're all like, Goro's coming. We got Goro. Goro's joining the fight, because the first troops went, Shang Tsung is slowly sending in the movie, like kind of like first wave of guys to go get the heroes, and that don't work out. Here comes some more bad guys. Okay, I'm gonna send these guys instead. He sends Goro, right? And you expect it to be great. He fights one guy, gets killed. It's like, come on, like no love for Goro. Goro should have smashed some people in that movie before they killed him.
That's that's why it's almost impossible to do a Mortal Kombat movie, and why I always get frustrated with it. Because
Yeah.
honestly, the concept of Mortal Kombat, and they've talked about this. This is another interesting thing. There's actually going to be Johnny Cage is in the game, and there's actually going to be a Jean-Claude Van Damme skin. Like they sold Jean-Claude Van Damme on being in the original game. They told him basically this is going to be all like basically Bloodsport. If you want to make a really good Mortal Kombat movie, remake Bloodsport. Just add the Mortal Kombat elements in there. That's what they need to do. And that's the problem with it, because you make these Mortal Kombat movies, no one really dies. Like, they don't have tournaments. There's no actual tournament. Like, you know, the last Mortal Kombat movie, was there a tournament? I can't remember a tournament.
No. There wasn't a tournament. It was all like, we're all fighting before the tournament.
just remake Bloodsport. That's all you got to do.
Oh my God, Bloodsport's such a good movie.
Yes.
Such a good movie. And the final fight in Bloodsport is incredible. Yeah.
Bloodsport's good, but nothing compares to Enter the Dragon to me. As a martial arts movie, still Enter the Dragon is my favorite martial
Enter
arts
the Dragon
movie.
is that
That's the Bruce Lee movie.
Wait. Oh, you're talking about the Bruce Lee Enter the Dragon. Okay.
Oh, Brad, you're talking. I will not stand here and let you tell me that anything is better than American Ninja 2. You take that back right now.
It is
The
a
American
classic.
Ninja series. I love
It
American
is a
Ninja.
classic. Actually, I like the Sho Kosugi ninja movies a lot too. The real cheesy ones from the 80s. Those are fun.
I did like, guys, do you remember the movie Best of the Best?
Oh yeah.
USA versus Korea.
Yeah.
You know, and what a fantastic ending. I don't know. Can we talk about it? The movie's 30 years old. Can we talk about the ending? Or what do you think would be a spoiler?
No. Don't ruin it for anybody. There's no way that all us 40-year-olds here watching the show have seen Best of the Best.
I don't know. I want to talk about the ending. I really want to talk about it. Like, I thought Best of the Best had an incredible ending because our heroes lose, but still win in the end. Let's just put it that way. And I thought it was a great end of the movie. I liked Best of the Best. Go see Best of the Best.
It's like the Rocky IV opposite ending, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Yes, it's great.
Yeah, Bruce Lee was definitely a fan favorite growing up. I like the Hot, Cool, and the Vicious as well. I don't know if you guys ever saw that movie.
I did not see that one. I just recently, speaking of Bruce Lee, I just recently saw a movie that I think was starring his son, where it was telling the story of Bruce Lee's warehouse fight. What was the name of that movie? I just saw that.
The Bruce Lee story.
Yeah, I just saw
Brandon Lee.
And the guy who came from overseas to fight him in a secret warehouse fight. Like, I just saw that movie for the first time a few weeks ago. That movie was fantastic. That movie was great.
So my favorite Bruce Lee appearance in a movie is in the last Quentin Tarantino movie, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, where Brad Pitt's character just beats the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Throws him into the car. And it makes it seem like Bruce Lee was like a dick.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty funny.
Yes, there were several Best of the Best movies, I believe, but I only like the first one. That's the only one I watch. For me, the story ended there. I don't watch any of the other movies. Sorry, Dr. Freeman. Come on, man.
I know, man. That
let us
brutal.
Let us have fun, bro. This is we're all hanging out.
If Dr. Freeman was our show director, he'd be like, okay, first 15 minutes, shit on Arcade1Up hard. Then the next hour, all
All right. Well,
then the next hour, it's Hunger Games.
Well, I treat this show like me, Carl, Steven, Mike. We've all talked about like, well, what is this show? To us, it's like, imagine if the four of us were sitting in a living room together, like just hanging out, playing video games, talking, or if we were at a bar together. Like, that's why this show is a little immature at times. And, you know, it's like, what do four dudes do when they hang out? They talk. And they talk about all movies, chicks, cars, video games. We talk about everything, you know? So that's the theme of this show.
We don't talk about horror movies enough. I'll say that.
Yeah. We don't do a very produced show. You know what I mean? So, but anyway,
it's a show about nothing.
It's a show about
Absolutely nothing.
But instead of this show being about nothing, let's make it about something. How many of you out there put in your orders for the Analogue Duo? Let us know in the live chat. Michael B., what can you tell me about the Analogue Duo, and why hasn't this thing sold out in one day like all their other products?
Well, because mainly it's TurboGrafx 16. This is the first time they've ever gone off the map with what was, fondly remembered as like a huge seller. The other thing too is this actually isn't open source FPGA, unlike the other systems they have out there. So that's one of the biggest selling points about like all the analog systems is the fact that it's FPGA. It's really good emulation. Like it's pretty much right like original. So when I saw that it wasn't open source FPGA, I was like, uh-oh. But I do trust the people at Analog to make sure this experience is going to be as accurate as humanly possible to the actual playing a real TurboGrafx or Turbo Duo. The other thing too is, I mean, not a lot of people collect U cards or turbo chips, as they were called in the US, and not a lot of people collect turbo CD games. So it's a really niche hobbyist. You know how we all talk about like arcade and pinball are niche hobbies. TurboGrafx 16 collecting may be even more niche than that. So they don't have the same segment they're selling to here. It's a lot smaller demographic. Why this is cool is I want you all to go to eBay right now and type in Turbo Duo and see how much they cost. Like to buy a Turbo Duo, which will be broken when you get it, you will have to do something with it. More than likely, you're going to have to recap it because the capacitors they use were the absolute shittiest capacitors that always burned out. So anybody that's had a Game Gear, the Turbo Duo, or even the Turbo Express, they use these really cheap capacitors that just failed all the time. So they'll have to be recapped. So, I mean, this is really cool. They're doing it. I just don't know if it has the same audience as all the other systems they put out there.
Yeah, for me personally, I do not feel as drawn to this one as I do the Analog Pocket. Right. So I also don't have all these old carts sitting around for this system as well either. Right. Or for some of these. So like for me, man, like I'm passing on this one myself. Like hell, I haven't even really spent a lot of time with my Analog Pocket, and I would love to spend some time with it and do some videos on it. Just haven't had a chance. So I don't need this particular toy myself. But what about you, Papa Brett? You big TG16 fan, PC Engine, all that stuff?
No, but I know people that are, and I do like playing the Ninja Spirit game on the iArcade, which I know was a big hit on this console. The Hue cards, I don't really see the Hue cards. Like all my retro game stores I go to, I just don't see them around much.
Niche, Brad, niche, really hard to get.
This is like hardcore. Like I know that Steps Gaming loves this console. Ichabod Crane loves this console. I know a lot of people love it, and some people have a lot of these cartridges. So I think it'd be great if you're into this. It's probably fantastic.
When I was at the height of my retro console game collecting, I had about 60% of the North American TurboGrafx 16 library, and that was not just the turbo chips, the U cards. That was the actual jewel case, the whole shot. So I had 60 jewel case games of the 98. I think it's 98 North American TurboGrafx 16 releases, and I had about 10 of the Turbo CD games. Most importantly, if you're a Turbo CD collector, the packing game Gate of Thunder is an awesome shoot 'em up. Of course, you want to get Ease and Book 1 and 2, and then also Ease 3. Wanderers from Ease were good. A lot of other really good games came out for it. The Valis games, the CD versions of the Valis games were amazing. So I have a ton of love for this, and I'm on the fence. I've never bought a analog system, but this may be the first, and I may go out and try to regain some of my TurboGrafx 16 games, especially Keith Courage and Alpha Zones. I know everybody hates it, but it's one of my favorite, and I miss playing Blazing Lasers without any kind of emulation problems.
Yeah, I've never ever seen the TurboGrafx. I've never seen these cartridges. If you didn't blow in a cartridge, I didn't own it, and then I went straight to CD. So yeah, I would, if I walked into a game shop and they happen to have one, it would not even show up on my radar at all.
Yeah, Splatterhouse was a big hit for it. That was the first system that brought Splatterhouse over here. But there was also, it's a game that never came out on the TurboGrafx 16 Mini that came out a couple of years ago, Legendary Axe. If you ever get a chance, check out Legendary Axe 1 and 2. Also check out Newtopia. It's a Legend of Zelda clone, but probably one of the best. Newtopia 1 and 2 are awesome. I could talk
like
about the
Zelda games.
TurboGrafx
Michael
16 all
B.
night.
Michael B. Respect. You're flexing those retro muscles, man. You know these games.
Cancel
Man,
the rest
that's
of the show.
intense.
Let's talk TurboGrafx 16. Let's go.
That's intense.
Now,
He is the game genie, now, he's not the pinball genie yet. He's working on that, but he's still the game genie.
just so you know, Michael B. Just so you know, Michael B. has the best pinball collection in all of Newfoundland. Isn't that right, Michael B?
That's not true.
Okay.
There's a guy with 3 machines.
Well, there's only one thing that's important. Is your Godzilla score higher than Console Kits?
No, Console Kits passed me last week, and I haven't.
Did he pass you? Because I know you were in the lead for a while.
Yeah, Console Kits had a 386 game, and I went back at it, and I had one really good night to play last week, and I my first ball, one ball, I was at 292 million, and right at the end of my ball, I hit multi-ball with Rodan in place, which meant double points for the first minute. And I was like, I'm going to kill Justin. And I just shanked 3 balls in a row, like right away. Ended up with a 318 score. And I was like, you son of a bitch.
You're a
Justin's
damn show off
Justin's
with
in the
3
lead
balls,
now.
huh?
Pardon?
Show off. I said you're a show off with 3 balls deep. I've never experienced such a thing. But that's just an expensive hobby. I would never have a full-fledged real pinball machine.
You say that now.
Yeah.
But do you know,
No.
do you know what's more exciting than sneaking a home arcade down your basement when your wife's not there? Sneaking a $15,000 pinball table down in your basement.
All right, I saw Console Kits struggle today. I wouldn't be able to sneak it in. That's just way too big.
All right, guys, I got something here I want to show you guys. We're going to pivot over here because we got a couple arcade things to talk about so we can hit our 1 hour and 18-minute cutoff. You guys know how I am. So for starters, guys, Numbskull has been teasing Ninja Turtle cabinets. And Detroit Love, I know you are a big fan of the Numbskull quarter arcades, whereas I kind of like New Wave a little bit more. So these are going to be from the company that you like. And what do you think, man? We got Ninja Turtles and Turtles in Time coming out. They've been teasing it all week.
Well, I'm just used to having bigger things in my hand, apparently. But the 4-way thing, I'm just not into it. You know, when you get that size. I'm a little older than you guys. The Ninjas, the Turtles was a cartoon. I played it. I didn't really play the game, the arcade game. The beat 'em ups, it's just not one of my favorite ones other than Punisher. But yeah, I'm always happy to see Numbskull come out with a new cabinet. I think these things are awesome looking. They hold true to the authentic look of the pinball. The other company, New Wave Toys, adds all the extra stuff that wasn't really part of the cabinet, which is cool in one aspect. But these guys make these things true to what the cabinet looks like, and I'm always impressed with their cabinets.
What about you?
And the size is perfect.
I'm interested. So let me bring it up on screen. So the big thing that was announced this week is the TMNT preview coming up in 5 days, 12 hours, 3 minutes. And according to this right now, 4 seconds, we're going to get our first real look at these cabinets in action. And I actually sent a tweet from Games You Love that P-Dubs, if it's okay with you, I'm just going to bring up on screen. And it's only a brief snippet, but I want to share this because he does show the Numbskull Turtles in Time cab running.
All right, let me maximize my.
It's only a brief snippet, but there it is.
Do me a favor, don't slide into Mike's Twitter DMs right now. He's trying to show something on the show.
You can slide into my DMs, but believe me, you won't come back out.
All right, maximize that, brother. Maximize it.
Oh man, you want me to bring this back up, don't you?
Dude, play the video. Maximize.
That's what she said.
Well, it's literally just a second, right? Like it just repeats.
Oh, well, that's fine. Let it repeat. That's fine. We could look at it like this. What do you guys think?
Looks true. Look authentic.
Papa Brad.
Looks great.
The marquee looks better than the Arcade1Up Turtles in Time marquee. That's for sure.
So there you guys go. A lot of great feedback in the live chat, guys. I've been reading the comments. Some people are interested. Some people are not. So me, I don't think I'm going to get any more Numbskull. So I think I'm sticking with New Wave. Thanks for the Cubert pop-up, Ray.
So yeah, it's tough now, especially like the last time Quarter Arcade came out, like Space Invaders. Space Invaders was pricey. So this picture here, I don't like this image picture they're showing there. I'm very excited.
It's just a tease.
The teaser pictures got me concerned because this looks like when you go into the arcade nowadays and the lazy arcade owner or operators like, I'm not replacing the CRT. I'll just throw like a widescreen monitor in there. Look at the monitor on these like images here.
I know it's as washed out as an Arcade1Up.
Yeah, but well, last year's generations, the legacy ones. But no, I'm not talking about the washout. Look at it's a widescreen monitor, but if you go to the video I had, it's actually a 4x3 monitor. But here, this looks like a 16:9 monitor in this picture here.
I think it's just the angle that it's taken at. Like in the video that you showed, it wasn't a 16:9.
That's what I said. It looks like a normal monitor. This picture scared me, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. So pretty cool right there. Let's get that off the screen now. But that's what's going on there. iArcade did not release a game today, 2 weeks in a row. And also, they did not do a live stream. However, they did make an announcement in their community Facebook group saying, hey, guys, we have news next Wednesday. And then they'll do a live stream on Friday. So I'm assuming they'll be making some sort of game announcement on Wednesday, probably releasing it Friday, just based upon their pattern of behavior.
So
that's what I'm assuming.
Now, to be clear, the announcement was we have a small announcement that we'll make on Wednesday.
Did they say small?
Yeah.
Wow.
So my guess is more than likely they're going to bring up whatever happened with the Double Dragon negotiation. That's my guess. Or maybe it's Glenn's deck pre-order. One of those two.
Well, Glenn's deck pre-order, I don't think would be small.
That would be probably a big deal there.
That'd be big news.
Yeah, that'd be a pretty big announcement.
Oh, no offense to Glenn.
Well, you know what? Or maybe they just want to temper expectations.
Oh, okay.
Oh, guys, we're just going to drop a little nugget of information and watch it boom something.
So
cool, hopefully.
you think it's Escape from Popo too?
Yeah.
It could be. You never know. I'll tell you what I wish it was is Murtop. I just watched P-Dub's video on Murtop, and Murtop is a game that is ideally suited. That game has iArcade written all over it.
Yeah.
It'd be perfect for that platform.
Yeah, that'd be a fun little game for them to get. That'd be a fun little game. And they are getting it because the developer himself leaked it that it's coming to the iArcade. Now that it got put on Steam.
It's on Steam.
The developer's now porting it to iArcade now, so it'll probably be like a month or two, couple.
Yeah, I don't know if I can hold out. I really enjoyed that demo.
Hey man, it's only $3 on Steam. Plays great on your Steam Deck. Go check out Murtop. It's a lot of fun, especially if you like Dig Dug and Bomberman. I enjoyed it for $3. I'm not going to complain about it.
Yeah, it's great. 256 levels. I mean,
if it was $10, I wouldn't have gotten it. But $3, I'll play that game a lot. $3, man.
I'd buy it for $10, but that's just me. I like the retro
eggs to
games.
the yolks on
you.
Ritual Dello might have stolen the live chat tonight. That might be the winner of the live chat.
I just really hope it's something good. I gave Michael's very back a hard time today. I wrote him a message. He never wrote me back. I think he's pissed off at me. So I wrote him a message and I was like, hey man, so what is it? House of the Dead remake is releasing today, right? I'll get my video started right now. And then he just never wrote me back. So
all right. And then AtGames doesn't really have anything going on except for they got some contests this weekend, right?
Yeah, it's the Places You'll Go contest. So I don't know. They're giving away a couple copies of the Dr. Seuss pinball tables. They're giving away some Dr. Seuss books. I'm telling you, AtGames, listen, back up. If I want to learn to read, I'll learn to read. Don't you tell me what to do.
Yeah, I mean, here's what I can say about AtGames. At least they're doing these continuous community type events. Whether or not they get a ton of participation or not, I don't know. But, hey, give them an A for effort for trying. It's not really stuff that excites me. Like, I think if they could actually do, like, some kind of tournament or something, like pinball or something, like, that would get me a little more excited than.
So here's the email that went out. Dear Legends family owner, it's graduation season, and AtGames wants to share the special.
Are you able to zoom in at all there, Mike? At all?
Jesus Christ.
Well, Mike, we can't see it, bro. Zoom all the way in. Keep going. Keep going. All right.
Oh my
Let's
God.
see what this says, because I really want to talk about this arcade.
There you go,
Windows.
P-Dubs. Is that good?
All right. Yeah, that's perfect,
I'm a
Mike.
Legends
That's
owner. I never get these emails.
That's absolutely perfect. All right. So what do you got to do? We're giving away Dr. Seuss pinball packs, e-store coupons. You must like the post, tag the graduate, and share the post. Oh, that's it. So all you have to do is like, tag, and share their post. A lot of companies do that kind of giveaway.
Yep.
Easy peasy, bro. Easy peasy.
Bonus challenge: to qualify for a chance to win one $50 e-store coupon, you must complete the above all three, as well as in your comments to the graduate, you must incorporate in your favorite quote from the book. Oh, the places you'll go. So a $50 e-store coupon is AtGames equivalent of a digital fist bump. It's just a heads up.
So AtGames does the fist bump, but Arcade1Up does the virtual high five, which, by the way, that is probably the biggest trending topic this week in this arcade and gaming community is the virtual high five from Arcade1Up for the Killer Instinct stuff. So before we do that, just saw this pop through in the feed. $2 super chat from Console Fanboy. He'd like to know what Brad's power bill is. Do you feel like sharing that, Brad?
It's very reasonable. Very reasonable. You know, I give a shout out to AtGames. I do like they continually bring us new pinball tables. I mean, it's just been a steady release of tables, which, you know, I really enjoy them, and I'm enjoying the AtGames Legends pinball.
I love the AtGames Legends pinball. Arguably the best home arcade device that's come out in the last 4 years. I want to say a huge thank you to AtGames personally, because mine was down for the last little while, and I went through a gambit of troubleshooting. But once we identified the problem, AtGames got me back up and running. So now, as you can see behind me, my ALP lives yet once again. So thank you very much, AtGames.
And AtGames, you know, it is strange. Like with that controller deck, you can actually play Centipede on the pinball machine.
Yeah.
How crazy is that? And fun, you know? I mean, it's just like, it's so versatile. All their stuff is very versatile.
Brad, you're the shmups man. You should be not wasting your time with Centipede. You got to play some of these shmups on it.
I know. I need to try Truxton 2 on there. I've never played it on there.
That's a good suggestion.
It's like I'll play like a game or two, like a coin ops, but then eventually I get into pinball, and then I can't get out of playing pinball because it's just a great experience, you know. I can only imagine with you guys, you have the modded screens, you have the modded back boxes. With your back box, I still have the original, but you know, I look at yours and that looks amazing.
It is amazing, Brad. And honestly, Buy Stuff Stores, Backbox 2.0, P-Dubs did a review on it. I'll do a shittier review sometime next week. So check it out.
Yeah. I love the back box. It made me start playing the machine again, because you know how sometimes we get so much of this crap in that we, you know, stop touching things. So it got me re-excited, more re-enthusiastic. God, I can't pick the adjective. It got me hyped for.
We're kind of in a golden age. We have so much choice, and we have so many good things to pick from that sometimes we forget we have something amazing sitting like right in our arcade that we could be playing.
Yep.
So I think, you know, it's
super chat from Chit saying, Brad, you have to eat a banana because you are taking over Nostalgia's seat tonight, so you might want to do that.
I wish I had a banana.
Tech Buzz is teasing us, calling us shills. Thanks so much, Tech Buzz. Everyone.
Hey. I only shill for one company, Ridge Wallets. Check them out.
Michael B, do you mostly play all OTG? The ALP AtGames release tables aren't great, in Jim Harper's opinion.
I go back and forth. Like, I really, really like VPX. Like, once I got my computer and everything set up, that's the main go-to. But every now and then I'll play some of the tables. Like, I like the Gottlieb tables, although they are a little floaty a little bit compared to some of the other offerings. And what was it? Gregory Farlow suggested this week to play Shooting the Rapids, right?
That's a great one.
It is. Like, I'm not I'm not that into the old school pinball tables. Like I want to play more modernish. Like I'm big on the 80s, 90s type tables. So it's a little outside my interest range, but like I still had a lot of fun playing it. So, you know, every table that they've come out with is good. The new tables are good. I was a little critical on the Taito tables. I feel justifiably so. I was a little less interested in some of the natural history tables, but they ended up being awesome. And, the Dr. Seuss tables, again, I was like, oh, they'll be fun to play with my kids. But every time they make tables, they make small improvements and the offerings keep getting better and better. Is it like Zen Pinball FX level? No, not yet. But these are still pretty good pinball tables. They're coming out reasonably priced. And I mean, they're AtGames exclusives too. You can't play them anywhere else. So
they're still really fun too. Like when on that natural history, I thought I'm gonna love the dinosaurs. The dinosaurs are gonna be it.
Yeah.
And you know what? I like the one with the woolly mammoth. I love that table. I love that table. That table's amazing. So like you never know till you play them, you know. And but they have so much variety, like with their different tables they have. But I love that machine. Play it all the time.
Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, guys, let's cover this Arcade1Up nonsense, so that way we can send everyone home for a fantastic and lovely weekend. So, Arcade1Up surprised everyone. Did a big sale on Killer Instinct. They told everyone to go buy it. It's $149, and they put it on their app and stuff. A lot of people went, placed their orders, and then couple days later, they canceled, according to Nostalgia, 60.39% of the orders. No, we don't actually have. We don't know how many. We don't actually have the real data. But they apparently canceled it. But it must have been a substantial amount of people who got their orders canceled just due to the sheer volume of people running around letting everyone know that their orders got canceled. In fact, I think Big ED Arcade might be the only one who actually got one.
No, if you follow the fan pages, a couple people got one. I did a show.
It was a joke, Mike.
I know.
I was teasing. It was teasing.
I did a show, and B Kong said invite John D. So I sent John D an invite if he wanted to come on and talk about it. He wasn't able to, but he did say, they only had 350. That's what they're saying. And there was a glitch in the system. That's what they're saying. I don't know websites. I don't know shop portals, any of that stuff. So I can't confirm any of that. I'm not going to say that's justification or anything like that. That's what we were told. So it just sucks that people's orders got canceled. This sucks.
Well, I don't think there should be no excuses made for them. What happened was really, really stupid and really, really bad. And there's just
really
no way
avoidable.
you can't excuse it. You can't blame Shopify. You can't blame whatever distributor, Kokum or whoever it is who's got the crap in their warehouse. You can't blame Arcade1Up's website. Oh, it's just our IT guy was out having a cup of coffee, forgot to turn it off. Like you can't give an excuse. The point is Arcade1Up screwed up and should have made this right for the community. And they sent out a really weird email to the people who got their orders canceled. It was like, hey, sorry, we made a mistake. We have to cancel your order, but here's a $25 coupon code to use on our website, which I guess is a gesture. But still, sorry about that. And the best part was the virtual high five. I'm still trying to giggle about it. And I'm having a hard time with this because for $150, I did order a Killer Instinct. My order did not get canceled. My order shipped. And it's due to arrive Monday or some crap like that. But here's the thing. I don't really even want it because you guys know me. I'm not a big KI fan. And I feel bad that other people out there, their orders got canceled. You know what I mean?
P-Dubs, you know what you should do? You should do the decent thing for the community. Since you're not that interested, there's people out there got their order canceled. Sell it to them at 2 to 3 times what you paid for it and make a little bit of profit for yourself, brother. Be a good community representative here.
Yeah. And then, people vented their frustrations as consumers should. They were in Arcade1Up's Facebook group and on other forums saying, "Hey, man, we're upset about this." And instead of just listening to the customer, which is, what you should do. Like if you work at a job and you have a customer, and if your customer's upset with you, the first step you should do is listen. Listen to what they're saying. What are they upset about? And then figure out how you can use that information to make things better. If not this time, at least down the road. But instead, they were blocking and banning and kicking people out of their little Facebook group and stuff. And it's like, take your $25 gift code, which, by the way, you really can't use it. Like, it's funny, like, you were hoping to buy a $155 product, but now you have to take this $25 and apply it towards a $600-700 product. I don't really see how the customer wins in the end. It's kind of
and pay for shipping. I mean, the $150
free shipping would have been better than that.
Yeah, so it would have been better off saying get free shipping on your next purchase or whatever. But yeah, it definitely wasn't a good offer, as the apology. But the deal was great. I mean, I wish more people would have gotten it. I would have loved to have gotten one because I had modded one. I could have modded the Arcade1Up cabinet in 2023. That would have been pretty cool to do. So for that price, it would have been worth it.
I want to go back just a second. So what P-Dub said, there's no excuse to how this happens. Like Mystery Encoder said it. More than likely they did.
No, hold on. I'm going record. That is not Mystery Encoder. I know his temperament, and that is not. That's a fake.
Okay, well, anyways, the artist formerly known as Mystery Encoder said that in Shopify or whatever portal it is, maybe they just forgot to put in the quantity amount 350, right? So I got attacked and everybody was like, "You're making excuses for Arcade1Up." And I was like, I didn't make any excuses for Arcade1Up in my stream. I just said what they said. My problem that I have with all of this isn't even the mistake, because companies make mistakes. That's not the biggest problem here. The biggest problem I had with this was the response. And I said, listen, they didn't even have to give away $25 gift cards. It's just the absolute tone deaf and condescending way they delivered that message of, "Hello, awesome gamer. We did not expect the people interested in this cabinet at $150. Seriously? You didn't think you were going to give away a product for $150 and people weren't going to be and free shipping and people weren't going to be excited for?" So right there, obviously, that was not true. That's a stupid thing to say in your response. And then giving away the $25 gift certificate, they didn't have to do anything, but it's such a small amount compared to the purchase of another cabinet. I mean, you look at it, it's like 3 to 5% of a purchase of another cabinet. So it really doesn't do anything for you. Then on top of that, the virtual high five, if they said, "Hey, here's $25 on us, consider this to be an apology or virtual apology," or whatever you're going to say, that would have been better wording. It's just the absolute tone deafness, stupidness, idiocy of the message that went out is what I have the problem with. Mistakes happen from companies. I don't even give a shit about that. It's how you handle the mistakes that really show what kind of company you are. And I don't know what the hell they were thinking. Who runs their communication department? What just like an absolute ass backwards way to deal with this issue.
I agree. Carl, what do you think about this? Because you usually help me make a lot of sense, especially when I'm really upset. And guys, I'm trying to avoid. We have a history, a penchant on this show where P-Dubs rants and gets a little nuts, and we're gonna try and keep things civil tonight. So, Carl, what can you tell me? What can you tell me, man? Is this? Everything's okay? We're all gonna survive another day. Like, what's going on, Carl? Give me some positive vibes.
Yeah, I mean, you got a great deal for the people. For the people who got the deal, obviously that was a fantastic deal, and you shouldn't feel bad for making the list and getting it. Other people like Becom who didn't get it. Unfortunately, they were unable to get the deal and probably going to not do anything with the $25 gift card they have. I would have loved if I would have known about it. I definitely would have got it. And my wife told me not to buy anything without talking to her. For $150, we just would have had to have that conversation when it got to the door. So I definitely would have jumped on it if I knew it was there. But anyway, it was a good offer. a blunder delivery, a blunder on the apology, but great for those who did get it.
All right. So we're going to keep talking about this, guys. I just want to show you guys this video. So ever since the high five thing came out, this is all that I've been seeing in my head whenever I'm thinking about this situation. Let's enjoy probably one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. You guys might have seen this too.
We need you to bring this tray of soup into the kitchen.
Here it comes.
This is all flour.
Get ready for your high five. So there's John D. And yeah, right in front of him there is all right, so here comes your average Arcade1Up consumer. And, hey man, high five.
Awesome gamer.
So that there in a nutshell.
That right there, that's the point that ruined Dan's life.
That was the best one so far.
One of my favorites. One of my favorite scenes from the first Jackass movie is the high five. And ever since this happened, I've been waiting for guys like Console Fanboy, these other guys, to make their spoof videos. I'm like, why have I not seen the high five spoof video yet? But that's what happened. Arcade1Up, just like the movie Jackass, was a bunch of jackasses and told everyone, here's $25. Sorry for wasting your time. High five.
The thing I don't understand.
Console Fanboy's been too busy super chatting and acting like and pretending to be mystery encoder to be able to make any videos. So that's
okay. So again, like obviously, if an arcade cabinet is a $5 super chat, let's get this done because we got to get the show done. Can we all just please wake up? 1UP continues to lie over and over to their customers. They can't be trusted. Why do you put up with it? It's insulting. I hope you still feel that same way moving forward, Console Fanboy. I've seen you jump back and forth, my dude. I'd like to see how that progresses. And
if more people feel that way, I might be able to get one of those $150 cabinets in the future. Thank you.
Yeah. So of course, if they're going to sell something for $150, I'm going to buy it because I could buy it, I could mod it, I could flip it, I could do stuff with it. You know what I mean? Like for me, it's more of like, business.
No brainer.
Yeah. For me, I already had the Killer Instinct cab, so I passed on it. But I knew 3 people that ordered it, and all 3 people I knew got the letter.
Oh,
so another interesting thing I would wonder about where it was free shipping on that cabinet. Patrick, you're pretty close to the warehouse in California. I'm wondering because if it's not numbered, did they just look at the people that were closest and send out the 350 cabs to the people that were closest? You don't think so, Carl?
No, because
why?
Big Kong is right there in right down the street.
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Now we need to cue the meme. You know the meme when the person's sitting there in front of the chalkboard trying to figure stuff out, and all those dollars, math figures are flying. Like, did they only ship it to the people that were closest to them?
Well, I mean, I hear about you and Biggie. You're both in Arizona. It was probably based on numbers. It probably doesn't mean anything, but I'm just wondering where it was free shipping.
Yeah. But
who saw it first? And maybe they did it by the order in which they received the orders.
Yeah. Yeah. So Mystery Encoder says, now, Mystery Encoder, is this a new hack for the Arcade1Up Killer Instinct? We're so happy you're back in the community. Is this a new hack, new soft mod for the Arcade1Up Killer Instinct that you're going to be, that you're talking about? Because if so, guys, I love filming tutorials. I'll make a tutorial for the hack and then probably flip the cabinet after I hack it. So, so look out for that content if it's a new, look at that. All right. ME, slide into my DMs, brother. I will hack the hell out of that KI cabinet once it gets here. All right, cool. All right. But yeah, so Arcade1Up, do better. They need to do better. I mean, what more is there to say?
We were talking about it on our show last night, and B kept talking about this crazy psychology stuff about like below the line and stuff like that, and said, what do they need to do in order to right the way with the community? Honestly, I just think they need to release a really good cab that doesn't have any issues and doesn't have any weird communication or weirdness with reviews or anything. Just
that was us.
That would
That
be
was
called a
us
new wave
last week.
cabinet.
What?
That was
No,
us
no.
last-
This was
last
on my show Wednesday. We talked about it.
Yeah, Retro
This-
Wednesday.
Yeah, but
Retro Wednesday.
last Friday, that was what we talked about.
That was weeks ago, man. I don't remember. I can't remember what I did with you.
That's okay. That's fine. Whatever.
Anyways, can we all just admit if Arcade1Up wants advice on what they can do to right the ship with the community and all that stuff, just release a really good cab, no issues, have no issues with the online, no weird communication glitches, make sure that your information going out is accurate, and then don't do a weird job of announcing it. And you know what? People will be like, hey, they did it. And no one will say anything.
Hey, check
And
this out.
Unfortunately for that theory, April Fool's has already passed.
Check this out. Mystery Encoder says the FCC ID on the cabinet
Stop.
for Fast and
That's-
Furious is
that's
NFL
Council
Blitz.
I mean, that's
Mystery
Council
Encoder.
Fanboy.
Yeah. There we go.
also fanboy. That's not mystery encoder.
Biggie D and Mystery Encoder disproved my shipping theory because the cabinets are actually coming from Illinois. So
Yeah. Okay. Good stuff. All right. Yeah. Either way, they screwed up. They got to make it right. Oh, didn't someone tag you on Twitter,
Yep.
Mike?
I do have update on that on something
All
they
right,
did try to
so-
do for one consumer.
Let's share this so we can put some pressure on them to maybe do this for more people.
So
Sounds kind of mean, but it
so
is.
someone actually did rate me and gave me
You
an
guys want to see
update.
this? You guys want to see this? Check this out.
So this came from Nicholas DeOrio, and
Yeah.
he said, "Not sure if you've seen this yet. I'm going to see if I can make this go bigger."
Thank you.
That's what she said.
Not sure if you've seen this yet. I submitted a support ticket to Arcade1Up following the KI situation. They are now attempting to do right by offering a few more deals at 200. Interestingly enough, they are offering a riserless Yoga Flame stripped of the light up marquee. Seems they are making an effort despite the offers being lackluster. So I think the first one there is they actually call this the insider term, the Peasant MK cab from a couple of years ago. They've got the full. That's the one with no light up marquee, no riser for the Legacy Midway cab a couple of years ago. They got the Legacy Capcom. This is the full boat with the riser and light up marquee. And also they have the Peasant Yoga Flame version. I don't know if the Peasant Yoga Flame has a light up marquee or not, but no riser on that one. So they made the offer to him that because he missed out on Killer Instinct, he could buy one of those cabs for $200.
So this, in my opinion, is a little bit better. It's a little bit better that, hey, we acknowledge the fact that we messed up, and instead we'll offer you these arcade cabinets for around the same amount of money. Like, in my opinion, that's a better way to go, and probably how this should have been originally handled, right? Like, if you're not going to, like, there's a couple of ways they could. Jesus Christ, there's a couple of ways they could have done this, right? They could have just said, hey, you know what? Dear sir, miss, or whatever pronoun you use. Hey, we accidentally sold too many Killer Instincts, so you have a choice. We could cancel your order and provide you a full refund. You could,
5 to 7 business days.
since we don't have the units, once we can get our hands on the units, even if the shit's coming from China, even if they have to build more to honor what they sold to their customers and ship them over here at a big loss to them, like, you could either wait a few months for a cabinet to arrive that's Killer Instinct, or you could take that money and apply it towards another purchase of a cabinet of similar price. That, to me, would have been the perfect way to handle this. I don't think anyone would have complained. You know what I mean? Because you can either get your KI whenever they show up, you could either get a full refund, or you could apply it towards a cabinet of the same value or close enough in range, not a $600 cabinet. Like, that would have been great. That would have been great. That's what they should have done, in my opinion. But hey, we all got a virtual high five, so we could all sleep well tonight.
Yeah, so the Super Game Room dudes have made some mistakes over the years as well, and we didn't really come up to the front and offer any kind of remuneration to you guys over the years. So,
What are you talking about?
P-Dubs, you don't want to admit it. I know you're the kind of person who don't want to admit that we made mistakes. So while we are not willing to offer you a virtual high five. We will offer you virtual reach arounds and virtual stander uppers. So please email P-Dubs Arcade Loft for your virtual stander upper.
My God. I think I made a really good logical point there, Mike, and you just took it way down.
Yeah, well, I did want to bring something else up. I put this in the thumbnail as well. This is not the only company that's made mistakes this week and done shitty things. So as much as everybody likes to shit on Arcade1Up, this is one that's even worse. So this past week, the game Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows went up on Steam for like $15, and like people were excited. They picked up a bunch of it. Apparently there was some kind of glitch and Steam wasn't supposed to be able to sell it anymore. So Activision decided to just straight up refund people without even telling them. So there was no virtual high five. There was, no offer of a $25 gift card. You basically just got a notification in your Steam library. Hey, that game you got for a really low price there the other day? Yeah, that's gone now. Good luck. So, I mean, this stuff happens, and,
Sure.
Activision sucks. I just wanted to say that.
Well, Jim, I like to live in my perfect world. You don't give me logic. Don't give me logic when I'm in my perfect world. No, I appreciate the feedback, my dude. And yeah, that might be the case. But hey, man, they apparently have all these extra, Generation 2 Mortal Kombat cabs collected dust, offer them something,
Why couldn't they just, offer like $10 couch cases?
Yeah. Well, either way, guys, we've gone over our allotted time limit. I have a lot of stuff I got to get cranking on here tonight. So here, let's get this off the screen. So big shout out. Thanks to Papa Brad joined us. We appreciate it.
For letting me come on. I appreciate it.
Make sure you guys check out Papa Brad on YouTube. Make sure you guys check out Detroit Love, Michael B. the Game Genie, and P-Dubs, because apparently I'm going to be modding the Killer Instinct cabinet and putting out some kind of soft mod tutorial, but I don't even know what it is yet. So stay tuned for that video. Carl, whenever you're ready, send them on their way, and don't forget to give them the virtual high five before we go, because we that's the new thing.
I'm doing our thing.
The reach around.
Yep.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Remember to eat your Wheaties. And until next time, we'll see the real mystery encoder on the web.
High five.